Welcome to the Bionic Pets video series of How to Do What We Do. This step-by-step series shows loving pet owners worldwide who can't come to us how to cast and fit orthotic and prosthetics for their pets. Bionic Pets offers a wide variety of colors for your custom device. Please indicate your color choice on the order form. The materials included in your casting kit are as follows: an order form, casting instructions, fiberglass casting tape, a cut strip, a pair of gloves, a stockinette, a clever cutter, and a pair of scissors. Hi, I'm Derek from Bionic Pets, and today we're going to be fitting a rear limb prosthesis on Petey here, who has a congenital limb deformity and is missing the entire paw. First, you're going to want to apply your 3-ply soft sock. This is the only size we carry. If the size of the dog fits in the parameters of the sock, you will find one in the box. If the animal's too big or too small, you will not find one of these socks in the box with the prosthesis. So first, we want to get the sock over the stump. I'm going to hold that up too. You want to make sure that this is nice and tight. You don't want any wrinkling underneath the prosthesis itself. This prosthetic only adds about an inch of height since there's not much of a leg length discrepancy. It's an open hock design. Some designs have closed hocks with a tether. This one is articulated. It has tamarack joints in there to allow flexion and extension. Some will have a range of motion joint on there. So every prosthesis is different and custom to your pet and individual diagnosis. We're going to open up the straps. The shell of the prosthesis goes on the back of the leg. Sometimes it goes on the front. Again, everyone is individually customized for each patient. I like to start with the bottom strap. You want to make sure that the pads are directly center in the front of the leg. You may want to make sure you're not twisting and pulling on the leg itself. So I'm holding the leg in place, and I'm going to go right through the D-ring. You want to make sure these straps are nice and snug. If they're loose, a lot of times what happens is the leg pistons up and down in the prosthesis. That can cause friction and abrasions and sore spots. So you want to make sure you're nice and snug, and in the end I will mark the straps and show you how tight you want to keep these. You're then going to work yourself up the back, up the front of the leg to the second strap, making sure again that this pad is centered, nice and snug. And for this design, we have 3 straps, but your pet's prosthetic can have as little as 2 and as many as 5 straps, just depending on the size and style. Okay. So once you get these nice and snug, you're going to want to mark the straps for tightness. So if anyone else goes to put this on, they know exactly how tight to consistently put it on. I like to mark the sequence as well. So this is 1, 2, 3. Again, this is to be consistent with the fitting every single time with the same tightness and the same sequence of the strapping, just to get the same fit every single time. I then like to pull out any wrinkles in the sock and roll the sock over the leg. If you have a dog that likes to bite at straps, you can pull this all the way down. Otherwise, I like to fold it up back onto itself. This gives a nice soft edge around the top of the prosthesis. You want to make sure that the animal can extend and bend their leg all the way, and that this trim line is not too high up behind the knee. You want to make sure everything's flexing and extending, at least for this design. If there's a closed hock design with a tether, we're only going to have limited range of motion. We're giving Petey full range of motion on this design. The prosthesis you'll get has a medical grade foam liner. It's non-porous. It doesn't soak up any moisture, sweat, or urine. It's waterproof and it'll actually float, and you can use them in underwater treadmills. They will compress over time. It's best to use a hairdryer once a week to fluff the foam back up. If you get to the point where it doesn't fluff up anymore, we can retrofit foam into it or send some foam to you. You'll also want to wipe down the foam every day with an antibacterial wipe, or a baby wipe is best. That'll ensure that the foam lasts as long as it can, depending on the wear and tear your dog puts into it. You can see Petey really tears into this thing, but that's good. He's been using it for a long time, and we like to see the wear because that means that they are using it. You want to check the skin for any sores or irritation. Most commonly you'll see it at the back of the hock, the point of the hock, distal end of the stump. You can see here PD does have a lot of irritation there, so that's why we're using the suspension prosthesis. You can check under the fur. If it's pink, light colored irritation, light colored skin that goes away within 20 minutes, that's okay. But if it's a darker red, redness that lasts longer than 20-30 minutes, then call Bionic Pets and we can make sure we can either trim plastic, make alterations to ensure the safety and health of your pet's skin. Since these dogs wear these devices every day, these screws can loosen up, so I would check them at least once a week, make sure that they're in there properly and screwed down tight. We can also send these to you if they do fall out. Especially check these tamarack joint screws as well. These go through a lot of wear and tear and range of motion, and just check them regularly. So the break-in period for a prosthesis, depending on the animal, is you start with a 30-minute and then increase by 30 minutes per day. So the first day is 30 minutes, the next day is an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. The max amount of time you'll wear this is all day, take it off at night, and at least for daily activity. Anywhere in between is up to you and your pet's tolerance levels. Sometimes you'll see the tread wears down. Again, we like that. That means they're taking lots of steps and putting a lot of weight on the prosthesis. Please send the prosthesis back to us and we can retread this for about $20 plus shipping. Any other concerns or questions, call Bionic Pets anytime during business hours.